What's going on, Sumolings? Thanks for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. Today we are actually going to be going over a course. This is the Six-Figure Freelancer Accelerator. An online teaches consultants and creatives the fundamentals of building a freelance business. It is available right now for just $49. Before we go into all of the course and talk to the course creator herself, I want to tell you 3 quick things. The first is that you can tell us a little bit about why you're interested in this course and what you're hoping to learn from it over in the chat room. I'm sure that she'd love to hear it, but also that we can talk to you a little bit about your particular use case. And then if you have questions, you can go ahead and leave those questions in the Q&A box down below the video. We will circle back to those questions after the walkthrough of the course. And then the third thing is that there will be a replay available, so you can rewatch this as many times as you want. So that is a-okay. All right, so today we are joined by Kate McCoy, who made this course. After quitting a corporate dream job in 2008, Kate McCoy moved to Silicon Valley to work for a mobile startup and has been working with entrepreneurs ever since. She's worked with more than 50 startups as a designer, marketer, product manager, strategist, analyst, and advisor, and helps hundreds of small businesses get started as a coach. She's listed as one of Thrive Global's limit-breaking female founders, Coaches Council, and a soon-to-be certified Book Yourself Solid business coach. Kate specializes in helping creative corporate burnouts replace 6-figure salaries business that they can run online. This is an incredible course for you to dig in, especially right now, and I'm excited that we get to dive into it today. Kate, how are you doing?
I am doing awesome. Just living the dream here in Austin, Texas. I was nomadic for a few years. I think you mentioned that in the bio, and I started to settle in right before COVID hit. So I'm just chilling out. Super excited to be here. Super excited to be meeting so many awesome Sumolings who are building their business.
Yes. All right. So Sumolings, we're going to dive into it. But of course, if you have any questions, leave those in the Q&A box down below. We will circle back to them when we're done talking about all this. And then in the chat room, you could tell us a little bit about your use case and why you are interested in the program. All right, I'm passing this over to you, Kate.
Awesome. Hey guys, Kate McCoy here. I'm going to share my screen in a second and do a little mini training and talk a little bit about who I am, what I do, and why you might want to pay attention. I am having a little bit of a lag with my video here, so if you guys are having trouble seeing me, please pop a question in there so that my assistant can text me and let me know if I've frozen. Hopefully y'all can see my screen. I am Kate McCoy. I am the founder of Six-Figure Freelancers. And probably right about this point, you are asking yourself, who the heck is Kate McCoy and why should I care? So this is me. I am Kate McCoy. I am a designer and startup nerd turned small business, specializing in helping people like myself who have spent their career in corporate and want to run their own business, but are overwhelmed or unsure how to start. I spent about 3 years traveling the world as a digital nomad, and I'm a big taco enthusiast. So I love that AppSumo rates programs in tacos. Please give me more. So why should you care, or why should you listen to me, or think about joining the course and trust me to maybe help you start your business? One, I've been through this, right? I quit my corporate job to freelance many years ago because I was way too burnt out to function and just living a mediocre life, even though it was a dream job on paper. I ended up earning my MBA and going to work for startups and did that for about 10 years, learning just about every aspect of business development and growth. And in that time, I tried freelancing a couple of times and really just couldn't figure out how to make it work for me in a way that would replace the salary that I wanted. Finally, when I got really serious about it and said, this is the year I'm going to get my business off the ground, I invested a lot of money in a coach, and I ended up finally building my $100,000 plus freelance business And then I left the US to travel the world full time with Remote Year. And I built my current six-figure business entirely online while living in 22 different countries. So I've done this stuff and I'm pretty knowledgeable about business. And the reasons that my clients love me and why you might love to work with me is I'm authentic, right? I hear that a lot, and I have these cool tattoos, and I actually have clients who have said, you know, I applied for coaching with you just because I thought it was cool that you had tattoos and weren't all stuffy business coachy stuff. More importantly, I'm weirdly knowledgeable about mindset and marketing, which is what my program is really about. It's about establishing the foundation of your business, but more importantly, getting your mindset in the right place to establish a long-term business. And I'll get into that in a minute as I get into the training. Most importantly, my clients really love me because I help them get out of their head and into action by giving them small, simple steps and uncomplicating the business. And because they take those small steps, they get results quickly. And the reason that they get these kind of amazing results, this is my top client in terms of results, and he is a bit of an anomaly. Dan is a super dedicated guy and just worked on this rapidly like crazy and ended up sending out a ton of $80,000 contracts in his first 6 months working with me, and got to six figures right away. But he got that because I was able to help him focus on what he needed to do, what he must do, instead of all the things that we think we should. Oftentimes, as new business owners, we're overwhelmed, and somebody told us, you know, you should be here, you should be doing this, you should have 3 blog posts, and we get overwhelmed and then we don't do any of it. So I take out some of that complication for you and give you the action steps of the things that you really need to focus on in order to start generating revenue in your business. My clients learn how to aim for consistency instead of perfection. So they're not, you know, avoiding launching their website because it's not perfect. And they learn those time-tested and repeatable techniques for building a business, establishing a brand, and finding clients instead of relying on flash-in-the-pan marketing tints. And most important, as I said before, we start the entire program with mindset work so that you can adapt an abundant mindset and become resilient. So what are those limiting beliefs when I talk about mindset? One of the things that holds us back as small business owner are the limiting beliefs. Beliefs that you need that big fancy website, that you need thousands of followers on social media, that you have to be the absolute best, or that sales is sleazy. Or most importantly, the biggest one is that it's hard to find clients as a freelancer, consultant, or coach, or that it's hard to make 6 figures. That's a limiting belief. The truth is, it takes just as much energy to land a $100 client as it does to land a $10,000 client. The trick is that you need the right foundation, right? And that's what Six-Figure Freelancers is about. The Six-Figure foundation is really about first adopting that mindset of knowing that there is work out there and that you're capable of finding it and doing this work and getting out of your own way. Then we're going to focus on narrowing down your niche. So you know the clients that you serve. Some clients you're meant to serve. Some you don't want to work with. Nobody likes a client from hell, right? You're going to learn why those clients that you do want to serve will buy what you're selling, and more importantly, buy from you. And you're going to learn how to create trust in your brand so you can get them on the phone and then make simple offers in order to make sales. So we're going to dive into these one by one in a really short training. So one, master your mindset. As I said, mindset is number one. And the real thing here is that you are your own worst enemy when it comes to growing your business, right? These are some common mindset issues that I see with my clients and with small business owners and even startup owners, right? We start to do this thing I called creative procrastination. When there's something we don't want to do, suddenly we have to go clean the kitchen, or I got to go fix the text on the blog, or whatever. We come up with creative ways to avoid doing the things that are really important to grow our business. Another really big one is the perfectionism, right? I mentioned it earlier. I've had a number of people be like, oh, I've had this website ready to launch for ages, but I haven't done it because somebody told me I had to have 3 blog posts. And so until those 3 blog posts are ready, I'm not going to launch it. That's perfectionism in a weird little way, right? There's the failure to focus, which I call shiny object syndrome, right? As creative people, particularly, if you are a creative person, you are prone to shiny object syndrome. You have tons of ideas on how to start or grow your business, but you end up jumping around from them so often that you never actually get results. You never actually make the sales because you don't stick to anything long enough. Or there's the overthinking. I see this a lot too. A lot of my clients are coming from high-level careers and they're very smart people. So they overcomplicate everything. And they have to have all of the things, all of their ducks in a row, and everything is perfect. That's stuff that holds us back. We've got people pleasing, right? You're worried what so-and-so would think of you, or you're worried of rejection when you make a sales offer. So you don't make any offers and therefore you don't make any sales. And then a really fun one that a lot of people don't think they have is a fear of success, right? You start to mentally go through, well, what if I do all of this work and I get all of these clients and then I can't support all of my clients? So instead of focusing on getting one client, you stop getting any clients because you're worried that you're going to get too much work. It's a fun little thing. Mindset. This is all mindset issues, and they are easily fixed once you become aware of them. But it is the number one factor in business success, in my humble opinion, after having spent more than 10 years now working exclusively with entrepreneurs. The number one reason businesses of any size go out of business is because the founder gives up. They are not resilient. They have a challenge, they come up against a problem, they change their mind, they say it wasn't meant for me, I can't do this, all of that stuff. So mindset is the number one reason. And then that focus, right? You're focusing on the wrong things. You're worrying about how many people liked your post on Dribbble instead of talking to people who might hire you to do the work. But you can outsmart your brain, and you can change these beliefs. You can change the beliefs that limit you and hold you back. So number two, once we've established the foundation for a resilient mindset and an abundant mindset, we're going to learn how to narrow your niche and identify your ideal clients. We're going to figure out who your clients from hell are, who you don't want to work, and figure out how to repel them so you don't waste any time or energy pleasing them, and how to attract the clients that you really want. So these are some examples of bad marketing that I hear all of the time. This is the wrong market or niche for your business. If you can say everyone or anyone in the statement when you tell somebody what you do, like, oh, so you're a graphic designer. Who do you work with? Oh, anyone. It's a terrible idea. When you talk to everyone or anyone, you're going to speak to no one. No one's going to buy from you. And this is why so many freelancers struggle, is they failed to do the foundational work to understand why people buy from you. And when you're in a mass market where it's anyone or everyone, it's impossible to stand out because you're just a commodity. You're one of 1,000 freelancers who offer web design or marketing services or business consulting. And the only thing that distinguishes you from anybody else is price. And frankly, there's always going to be somebody who's willing to do it cheaper than you. The question is whether you want to compete with price or you want to find the clients that value the work you do and love to pay you because you do a great job. So we're going to learn how to narrow down your niche and find those clients that you're meant to serve. Number three is once you've identified those clients and who they are, you're going to understand why they buy from you, because they're not buying what you think you're selling. This is another really common thing with freelancers, consultants, and coaches, and really any new small business owners. You think you're selling your service. People are buying copywriting. They are not buying copywriting. They're not buying coaching or marketing services. The results of the services that you provide. So if you're a coach, if you're a personal coach, your clients are buying clarity or the ability to feel good in a swimsuit if you're a weight loss coach, right? If you're selling design or copywriting, they're selling better communications. They're selling more leads, more sales. 95% of the time, if you are a freelancer or consultant who are selling to businesses, your clients are buying more leads and more sales. The other 5%, they're buying prestige or they're buying more time, meaning if you can design a better website or software for their clients, it's going to save them time and money on support costs if their customers are happier, right? It always comes down to what they're really going to get out of this. And if you can learn how to speak about what you do in the words that resonate with your ideal client, you will land more clients, right? And people will buy from you specifically if they know you, they like you, they trust you, and they believe that you can get them the results that they want. But you need to know what those results are. And that's really one of the big foundational principles of the Six-Figure Freelancers program and the Book Yourself Solid program, which I also teach, is learning why people buy from you and how to speak their language. That also enables you to charge higher prices because you know what it's worth to your clients. So part 4 is creating trust, right? So now you know who your ideal client is and why they buy from you, and you know how to speak their language. Now it's a matter of understanding what it is they need in order to get on the phone with you. Marketing is like Tinder. You're just making noise and making matches and determining if you want to go on a date, right? And if you want people to go on a date with you, they need to trust you and know that you're not a psycho, right? And if you are unclear on your website, you're not able to talk in their language, you're not able to talk about what you do, why you do it, and the results they're going to get, they're not going to trust you, they're not going to hire you, and they're certainly not going to pay you high value prices. So these are some of the reasons why many small businesses and new freelancers in particular struggle. They don't know how to create that trust or that brand. They don't have any credibility. They're focusing all of their time on their portfolio instead of talking about the results that their work gets for their client, or they're jumping around from idea to idea, so it's unclear what you do, or they're offering every service under the sun, so nobody knows what you actually offer. Or even more importantly, you're just plain invisible because you're scared of promoting yourself and nobody knows that you're in business or that you're even offering services. I can't tell you how many times I hear that of like, well, you know, I started my freelance business last year, but you know, I'm struggling, I can't find clients. And it's like, well, what have you done lately to connect with clients? Well, I put something out on Facebook. One post is not a marketing strategy. That's a post and pray strategy. And it's not going to get you clients. You got to learn who your clients are, where they're spending their time, how to connect with them, and how to get them to trust you enough to have a conversation. And once you have that conversation and you're clear and consistent and you're compelling, you know, you can then get them on the phone and give them a proposal so you can make them an offer, which is number 5. Make some damn offers. This is another one that I see all of the time. And this is more for the coaches. I see it a lot in coaches as they say, well, I do all of this marketing. I'm on Facebook all the time. I do an Instagram live every 4 days and nobody buys from me. And it's like, well, have you actually asked anybody to pay you? Have you actually proposed that they work with you, or you're just giving away all of your value for free? And likewise, with freelancers, they'll have calls and they don't really know how to do a proper proposal. And they end up just making noise in the marketing world. And they're creating a lot of awareness maybe, but they're not actually making sales. And this all happens because you haven't built that foundation. You don't know what you're talking about, so why would potential clients know what you're talking about? You don't feel comfortable talking about what you do and asking for the rates that you want, so why would your customers pay you? You're failing to make sales offers because you are unclear about what it is that you're selling or why people would buy from you. It's all foundational stuff. You become insecure on the sales call, and then people feel the desperation coming off of you or the insecurity. They're not going to buy from you either. You need a strong foundation to create your confidence, and that's another piece of that mindset. So that's kind of the foundation. Oh, once you get them on the phone, sorry, I jumped ahead there. Once you have that foundation in place and you start getting people onto the phone with you to have a conversation, it's really easy. It's literally a conversation. You spend your time diagnosing the problem. You know, who are you? What's your business? Or what's the problem that we're trying to solve? You determine as a freelancer, as a consultant, as a coach, whether you can help this client and you want to work with this client. And then you ask them if you'd like their help. And if they say yes, you either make them an offer on the phone if you have a clear pricing strategy, or you send them a proposal if you need some time to think about it. And then you follow up with them. That's another thing that a lot of freelancers and small business, well, I sent a proposal last week or 3 weeks ago and I never heard back. Did you follow up? People are busy. Follow up, folks. So that in a nutshell is the foundation of a six-figure business. You got to work on your mindset first, or you will struggle. You will self-sabotage. You will find excuses to not do the work. You will focus on the wrong things and focus on the things you're comfortable with instead of the things that are really going to move the needle with your business. You need to know who you're selling to so that you can speak their language, and more importantly, why they buy from you or any other freelancer, and what it is that they're really buying, because they're not buying your service. They are buying your results. Then you got to create enough trust to get that date and make them an offer. Ask them out. Ask them to work with you. And that is the core of Six-Figure Freelancers. If you establish this foundation and you're consistent with your marketing lead generation activities and you make offers, you're going to attract great projects. You're going to be able to charge premium rates. You're going to have a waiting list of clients, and you're going to feel confident because you know what you're selling and what to do next. And with this, you can build a six-figure business that allows you to live and work anywhere the same way that I do. And that is the end of my presentation. I am here and would love to help you build the foundation for your business. So what else do you need to know before you enroll?
Yeah, thank you so much for all of that, Kate. That was a wonderful presentation. Sumolings, if you have any questions about what you just heard, or any questions about the course or even the deal, please leave those in the Q&A box down below this video. We do have somebody in the chat who wants to craft an actionable plan that leads to sustainable digital marketing services. This does seem like that can do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is about. I mean, let me know what specific questions you have about the business, but really it's the core of Six-Figure Freelancers, right, is we start with the mindset. We get clear on what is the business that you're building, why are you building it, why is it important for you, and start to build some momentum there, get you excited and create the vision for your life and your business. And then we dive right into marketing strategy after we do the mindset. After we build your business plan, we're going to get really deep into who is the client that's going to hire you for digital marketing services. Why are they hiring you? What is their product or service that they need you to help them sell? Can you do that? And if you can, what should your rates be? How do you set those high value rates? And then we put together a very simple, basically sales process or sales funnel. Simple website, determining where your clients are spending their time online so that you can market to them and start having conversations and invite them to get on the phone with you.
Awesome. We have had some questions come in. Is the course meant to be done on a set schedule, or is it?
I'm sorry, my audio cut out there. Could you repeat the question?
Yeah. Is the course meant to be done on a set schedule, or is it more a do it at your own pace?
It is a do it at your own pace, and you get a lifetime deal. So you can take as long as you want. However, the faster you go, the faster you're going to get results. The way that I built the program, it was designed to be completed in about 12 weeks while working full time. The majority of my clients and the clients that I initially designed it for were working full time in day jobs. So it's designed to be done on nights and weekends in minimal time. It's all action steps. This isn't an online course where you're watching hours and hours of videos to understand concepts. You're going to watch a 10 to 15 minute video typically, and then you're going to go do an activity. And that might be a mindset activity. It might be a marketing activity. It might be updating your website or your brand, or doing, it's actionable. It's step by step what to do next, and then you go do it. So by the end of the 12 weeks, were you to do it exactly as outlined, you will have built a business plan, a marketing plan. You will have updated your social media and your website. You'll be taking sales calls and sending out proposals, and probably have a client.
I love that so much. Did I read there is an online group associated with the course? Somebody asked.
Yes, you get lifetime access to our Facebook group. for support from me and the community, and we are rapidly growing. Thank you, AppSumo. So we've got a pretty active grouping there, and then I'm adding some awesome new things. This is not on the deal page, nor should it be, because it's just a bonus. But I've got some partners that have reached out and offered to do some trainings related to digital marketing. I do high-level digital marketing training in the program, more like high-level strategy. Where should you be based on your type of clients? What type of content works there? But I have some people that have reached out offering to do more in-depth training on certain marketing techniques. So it's going to be really fun to start doing that in the group.
I love that. Another Sumaling asks, do you give advice how to improve the website and content if your message is not clear?
I do. Yeah, there's a whole module on, I mean, there's multiple modules on creating the content for your brand, for your marketing. There's a whole module on what should or should not be on your website and some general strategies for outlines. And then we also, you can post a link to your website and get specific feedback from me or people in the group once you've gone through those modules and you're doing the work. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff around messaging and what you should be building.
Wonderful. We have a question from an Italian Sumaling. Do you or did you have European clients? Do you think your course is also good for European freelance and European clients?
Yeah, I have clients all around the world. I actually have a couple of clients in Italy and Spain. I have a number of clients in the UK, Germany, China, Hong Kong, Australia, Malaysia, United States, Canada, Mexico. It's international. If you may need to translate it. If you're, obviously I do not speak Italian and I can't offer you translation services, and you're going to have to modify it for your specific market. But it is agnostic in terms of where you are or the type of business. This works for anybody that is providing a service to a business or coaching to individuals. This will work for your business.
Wonderful. We had a question earlier from somebody asking, do you think freelancers and small business owners have had to reconstruct based on the coronavirus? Have you had to adjust what you offer because of it?
Many have, some haven't. It really depends on your specialty and how strong you are in that market to begin with. So one of the reasons that I partnered with AppSumo was because I did see a lot of people online. I'm in a ton of Facebook groups related to freelancing and small business. And I saw a lot of people freaking out because their big contracts were starting to slip away, or, as these corporations were moving to remote work, everything was just on pause and getting slow, and people are freaking out. And so I wanted to reach out and help more people build better foundations for their businesses so that they don't have to come up against that. I have some clients that are having to pivot right now because they work more specifically with travel related businesses, and that market is a bit of a disaster right now. And so they're looking at how can they modify, what other clients can they serve with that same stuff. So it depends. It totally depends on your business. It depends on how long you've been in business and what existing relationships you have and how strong your foundation was before COVID happened. In terms of the future of freelancing, because I have a suspicion that question will come up, and I had it this morning from somebody else. It's like, this is actually a really great time to build the foundation for a strong freelance business. While I do know that we're going to see some economic changes and some dips, what happens when big companies lay off employees in their marketing and services departments? That work doesn't disappear. They still have projects that need to be done, and they go out and they find freelancers and consultants who can help. And the question is, are you going to be ready to show up on the radar and those gigs?
That's a fantastic point. Thank you for that. We have somebody who asked, I have done a lot of different types of freelance writing and copywriting. I'm thinking I need to niche down, but don't know how to decide. Will this course help me figure out my comparative advantages and strengths?
Yes. That's everything that's covered. Again, it's all about
Okay.
identifying the target
Yeah.
market that you want to work with, identifying the services that you want to offer, identifying the pricing, the value pricing that is going to work for your client, right? I'm a big fan of selling your services in either packages or retainers. That's usually better for you as a consultant or freelancer, instead of doing hourly work. And you're going to set your prices based on the value you provide to your client, but you got to know who that client is first. So we spend a good amount of time on that first.
Awesome. This is the last question that I have here. So if anybody does have a question, you can leave it in the Q&A box down below. This one starts with a compliment that I really appreciate. Kate, you're a powerhouse. And then the next question is, do you have a module on how to scale?
I don't have a module specific to scaling. I am going to be adding a module in the upcoming months about adding email marketing, which is related to scaling. It really depends on where you are in your business in terms of scaling. A lot of the processes that we teach are very repeatable, right? Once you figure out how to land your first $10,000 client, it becomes a lot easier to land your next one. If you're talking about scaling from, solopreneur to agency or hiring a lot of people, you're probably going to be better served to join one of my higher end masterminds later on, but you're still going to need the foundation for this business.
Awesome. Does live support and help come with the course?
The Facebook group is included and email support. So if you have questions on the module and you don't want to post them in Facebook, or something is private, you can use the chat icon in the portal to send me a message and I will respond.
Awesome, awesome. That is all the questions that we have for today. Just letting everybody know that there will be a replay. That question did come up. There will be one of, you can watch this again. And if you missed anything, you can go back. All right. Thank you all so much. I'm going to come back on. Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you have not already gotten your hands on the Six-Figure Freelancers Accelerator, you can do that right now. It is available on AppSumo. You could search for it under courses. It's available for just $49. And it is a lifetime deal, so you can do this entirely at your own pace. Once you've gotten started with it, we would love to hear how it is going for you. So go ahead and leave those comments for us. And if you have any further questions, you can do that on the deal page. I love this one comment that came in earlier. It's so rare to hear someone speak with such intelligence, clarity, and to the point. The Sumo Link said they're listening hard. And yeah, I thought that this was a really informative webinar. Thank you so much, Kate, for joining us today. I'm sure there's so much that this course offers so many Sumo Links. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all for having me. I hope to see you all in the group. It's $49. It's normally $1,000 for this course. You really can't beat it. I mean, even if you only got $1,000 client, you will have gotten your money back 100 times. So what are you waiting for? Go buy. I'll see you inside the portal.
I agree. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, everybody.